Here we go, baby. Time for the draft. Cam Ward to the Titans? We already knew that.
The Jags gave up too much to take Travis Hunter.
I guess it's worth it since he plays two positions.
Giants select Abdul Carter.
Dang, he's a beast. No, the Giants, they'll still mess us up somehow. Ashton Genty to the Raiders.
I told you getting Genty was a pipe dream.
If T-Mac can get past the Panthers, he's a Cowboy.
Of course the Panthers take him. Wow. Finally, we're on the clock.
We can take Jalen Walker, Tyler Warren.
Matthew Golden's still there?
This is crazy.
Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard? He only allowed 1 sack in his whole career.
Can he play receiver?
Who's Dak throwing the ball to?
He was the 32nd rated prospect. We could have got him in the second round.
No one talked to me for 24 hours. At least he's excited to be here. I loved his interview.
We had to replace Zach Martin. I bet you hated the Zach Martin and Travis Frederick picks too.
It doesn't matter if he becomes all-pro. We still could have got him later on.
We could have traded back and still got him.
What if they tried to trade back and no one wanted to?
How many Tylers do we need on the O-line?
The Great Wall of Tyler. We really spent 4 first-round draft picks on O-line or D-line?
I just don't understand it. Brock Hoffman was playing good.
This is depressing.
I want something to get excited about.
You guys need to grow up. We needed help on the O-line.
It doesn't matter if Dak has 10 seconds to throw the ball. If CeeDee Lamb's getting triple teamed.
The draft isn't over. We can still turn this around.
You see Micah Parsons' reaction?
Packers really got Matthew Golden? Watch him score a game-winning touchdown against us in the playoffs.
Did the Giants really trade up for Jackson Dart?
At least we're not Giants fans. Of course the Eagles get Jahad Campbell.
I need Howie Roseman off the Eagles right now. I'm going to sleep. This is ridiculous.
I'm a grown man.
The following is a presentation from Bleacher Brothers. You're talking to the Rolex!
Yeah.
Diamond ring first! Hit stealing! Woo! Wheeler dealing! Limousine right!
Bottles and bitches believe me like a business. And the shit I be smoking is highly recommended. This all of my niggas pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here in the fight.
Let's get this fight started! Yeah, where my dogs at? Put your drinks up, your fists up. Ladies, let your hair down. Come on, bounce, bounce, bounce. What? Drink, I don't give up. What? Drink, I don't give up. What? Drink, I don't give up. What?
Arguably the best defense in history, represented by his wife Misty, Steve McMichael.
It was a moment decades in the making. In February 2024, Steve McMichael was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The announcement was made a few days before the Super Bowl took place in Las Vegas. Back home, he shared that moment with us.
Does it feel amazing? That's a big yes.
Mongo McMichael will forever be remembered as part of the Bears' famous 1985 Super Bowl team.
I think I'm an excellent pass rusher. Not too many guys can block me one-on-one.
Mongo got his nickname from the Blazing Saddles character who knocked out a horse, earning it for his style of play on the field. The star defensive tackle spent 13 of his 15 seasons with the Bears. He was an All-Pro in 1985 and again in 1987 and ranked second on the Bears' all-time sacks list with 92.5. He played a huge role on the field, but his personality off the field was even larger. McMichael spent 5 years in professional wrestling in the late 1990s and continued to provide fans with unforgettable moments.
Mongo's home, Chicago!
McMichael delighted the crowd at Wrigley with his version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game in 2001, insulting the home plate umpire Angel Hernandez in the process and getting the skunk eye from Hernandez.
And don't worry, I'll have some speaks with that home plate umpire after the game.
In 2021, McMichael was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, losing mobility and his voice as a result. His family, friends, and fans held multiple fundraisers to help pay for the 24-hour care he needed. In July 2023, Mongo was named one of the 12 finalists for senior nominees for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He was hospitalized with sepsis and pneumonia. After a short stay, he was sent home as his health improved. At that time, his loved ones pushed to have his enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame so that he would see it during his lifetime. 6 months later, he took a giant step toward crossing that goal line.
Steve is also, I think, tried to be a spokesperson for ALS. It's a terrible disease. So I give him a lot of credit for that as well. But I think more than anything else, the whole Bear community should be very proud.
Yeah, that happened. That happened. Folks, welcome to the Slammin Show. Usually we'd be talking about WrestleMania, but there really ain't much to sit here and talk about except for what's going on right now in the NFL draft. I will say this. Your Eagles have surprised me a little bit. You have. They have surprised me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Ford alongside my bro. The answer to Philly's biggest question. Are we talking about the game? Or are we talking about practice? Joe Quill's in the house now, folks. Joe, I had the earlier show with Don Juan, and yes, we literally were talking draft the whole time. We are now officially in the third round, and some pretty big names are still on the board and still have yet to be picked. Who's the biggest shock for you as far as who's available, and who's the biggest shock as far as who was taken in just the two and a half rounds that we've had in the draft? It's your turn this time.
Yeah, I know.
For once, it wasn't me.
In a way, I'm shocked Shador's still around in the third round, but in a way, I'm not because of, I guess everything that they said about, the coach is saying he did not interview well or whatever else he was saying. Maybe.
Have they never seen a Cowboys interview? Was there a kid for the Cowboys last year that sat here and really told a reporter to report these nuts? Who the hell cares how he interviews? It's about if he plays.
Yeah.
If you need the help, you need the help. The fact that you're sitting here wasting time and putting it all on that, y'all kind of screwing up.
But do you want another Jamarcus Russell that does not review video?
I feel like Shador will be better than Jamarcus because, quite frankly, this is the second time Jamarcus Russell's name has come up in conversation because Don Juan actually sat here and brought it up earlier.
Whoa, who are you talking? We talking about my goat, Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell ain't no goat. Jamarcus Russell, jackass.
That's my goat.
I have such higher expectations for you, son.
That man played while sipping the Wakiana and was still dropping fucking dots. He was playing off the slow-mo.
Maybe Jamarcus Russell needed to tap into some of that ayahuasca.
That's actually good.
I'm sorry. I'm going to just send a special preempt for all the colleges that are basically going to be viewing my son and his playing over the next few years. He's a Jamarcus Russell guy, but he doesn't play like Jamarcus Russell. He plays way better than Jamarcus Russell. So let's just make that crystal clear. I'm trying to save your ass.
Honestly, I'm not like Jamarcus Russell.
I know you're not like Jamarcus Russell because your ass actually reads a playbook.
Well, yeah, Jamarcus Russell also couldn't even. Yo, you forget, dude. 99% of the dude's career, he was off lean. Like 90% of the dude's career.
Yeah.
Why do you think he was so big? He's so big, dude. Why do you think he was so big?
I thought he was just getting knocked.
It's that lean guy.
I thought Jamarcus Russell was just getting knocked up and locked up. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
It was that lean guy. He talked about it in an interview. It's that lean guy. I'm telling you.
He
was dropping dimes.
So here's where I stand on this. It's one of those things that just kind of just throws me off more than anything else. We're here at round 3, and the Saints had not one but 2 chances to here and go at the Shooter Sanders. And every Saints fan I've talked to is pissed that they actually picked opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And Jalen Noel just got picked by the Texans just now. And the fact that Jalen Milroe, Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers are all still on the board actually stuns the piss out of me. In all fairness.
Yeah. Yeah, but this wasn't that strong of a quarterback class. It was an edge class this year.
I can understand it. I can understand that one in every sense of the word. But the problem I've got is that, and my wife actually was the one who brought this up to my attention that apparently that all 32 owners are remembering what Deion Sanders was. If they're going to punish Shedeur for what Deion did, I'm sorry, but that right there in and of itself is just bullshit. In every sense of the word. And maybe I'm just going a little bit heavy on it. But I'm seeing all these teams that need an actual quarterback who's basically game ready now. And the biggest thing is that I get it. I understand it. I completely understand exactly what's going on, what's going down. I know people basically have their little things. But the fact is that this has been a defensive heavy draft, in my opinion. I mean, because everybody's been literally they're thinking about what Philly did in the Super Bowl and everything in their heads. Mm-hmm. Well, if a trash bag team like Philly can sit here and do it, why not us?
Yeah. Yeah, Philly ran the ball and they played
for the Cowboys. Except for the Cowboys. Cowboys are what the hell they're thinking. And yes, I'm gonna be that guy. Because Cowboys fans are even mad about them actually picking up an offensive lineman in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one season where wait. Are you kidding me right now? But let me just back this up right here. And as far as I know, up. Look at this.
Let me try to get my sound going right here.
Your sound's going just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Joe. I got Don Juan. I got the dream team up in this mother. And it feels too sweet. And your Raiders, I'm going to give you this much. We had a lot of big hype about basically Ashton Jency. But the fact that the Raiders haven't made a mistake at all in this draft, that's the part that scares me more than anything else. The fact that the Eagles hadn't done anything, haven't sat here and made a mistake, scares the piss out of me now. But we've gone through round 2. We're literally in the middle of round 3. Are we shocked about anything up to this point?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can.
Well, again, I don't know why. I guess we'll find out afterward why Sanders has slipped to this. I thought for sure he was going to get picked by somebody, particularly the Browns in the second round. It just didn't happen. And the Browns had 2 picks in the second. I think they had another pick in the third.
Yep.
So I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
Joe brought this up. Joe, what was it you were saying about how he interviewed?
Well, I I was saying earlier how I think that maybe what the unnamed coach is saying that he interviewed so poorly, maybe that has something to do with all this, and it's true and not some BS that you hear about a controversial player.
Yeah, you know what, Joe? I am so I just don't get it. I mean, I understand what the interview process is, and in a lot of respects, it's no different than a regular job interview. You know, you go in, you make an impression, good or bad, and then judgment gets made on whether or not they're going to hire you for one reason or another. I just can't imagine how bad he could be with the numbers that he put up for a team not to have picked him now. They're at pick number 82. And he was projected to go somewhere in the top, at least the top 10. I don't know what it is. Who was
Yeah.
that? There was a coach 2 years ago. I think it was Eric the Enemy.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing about him. It's like, well, he just didn't interview.
You share membership with your mom so she can share with
How
you.
bad can you be? How bad interview can you put on?
They actually just said that Kyle McCord, Will Howard, Quinn Ewers are all still pretty much like Sanders. They're waiting. Now, I know this is a form of intelligence in college. They usually have people that prep them for this one. What I don't understand is why are you basing your decision based off of how a guy interviews? And I get it. I go off the wall and go pretty much left field when I should be going right field sometimes. My family knows that. My bloodline knows that. They know for a fact that I will bring it all back together when it matters the most. How the hell are we in the third round? If Shador Sanders becomes Mr. Irrelevant, and we all know that pick, so far that's a big to be Mr. Relevant is actually a damn big deal, and we got one person to thank for that, and that's the man, the myth, Brock Purdy. He was the biggest reason of why everybody sits there and looks at this one and just goes, you know what? Being Mr. Relevant won't be that bad either.
Yeah, I can get a guy in the 7th round. I don't think that's going to happen again. It's just like a lot of teams that thought that they could draft a quarterback and a franchise quarterback in the 6th round because of Tom Brady. That always reminds me of like the guy who goes into a garage and finds like a $1 million painting, and then everybody starts looking in their garages. It only happens once.
Indeed matches you
It's
with
not going to
jobs
happen more
that
than
actually
more.
match your experience.
So I don't know. Again, like I said, even if the guy was I could see, I could buy the interview premise for a guy being picked in the first or second. Like, we're just not going to go up that high for a guy to just an interview. In the 3rd round, if the guy's got a pulse and he can throw the ball anywhere down the field, you think he's got some potential, you draft him. With that, but hasn't happened. I mean, I'm looking forward here. The Steelers have the 83rd pick.
The 83rd. So basically, Tennessee's about to pick now.
Yep.
And then we got Pittsburgh, then Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay will probably stay here, maybe go 50-50. We got figured in my heads that there's a part of me that lately feels for the New Orleans fans because it feels like New Orleans fans are the ones that got the short end of the stick. Wait.
Yeah, I don't get that. Now, Joe, you probably research these things a lot more than I have. What's up with the Saints? Derek Carr is done for the year, so why aren't they getting any kind of quarterback?
That was that right there. Actually, is a damn good question. I'm curious about that too. Like, Joe, what you got?
I mean, Derek Carr. The rumor is that he has a bad shoulder.
You can have the bad shoulder, but at the same time, I'm just thinking, what the hell are you thinking? What are you thinking with this one? Because you arguably got the top two. This kid was as I can understand. Maybe it's the fact. I mean, I guess I expected better from Kellen Moore. Does he feel like he would work better? He would work better with basically with Huff than he would with Shador?
I mean, maybe he figures he can fit into the system, but maybe.
Oh shit. We got the Steelers. And we got
Okay.
some old shit. We got Mike Tomlinson here looking like he's still in the stand 30s.
Mhm.
But now, you know what? This is the moment for Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh does not sit here and grab an actual quarterback,
Yeah. Well, I don't know what again. Why would you? You can take a runner on anybody now at pick 83, 84.
for real
If he
though.
doesn't make it, doesn't make it.
Okay, Pittsburgh, what you got?
The Pittsburgh Steelers looking to be dominant once again. Select Caleb Johnson, running back.
Who?
What? Caleb Johnson?
Never heard of him. You know what's
Explain
funny?
this. You guys, are you kidding me? Caleb Johnson? You guys need a damn quarterback.
Yep.
You got Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph. What the shit is Pittsburgh thinking? I was like, well, we need to replace Najee Harris. You had two good rounds you could have replaced Najee with.
Yep.
How is this possible? Chisel Adonis, I feel your pain. Holy shit.
Yeah, if they're not taking him at 83,
But still,
I
mean,
don't know.
I don't get Steelers fans. I need y'all to maybe explain this to me. Are y'all trying to tank? At least be open and honest and say you're trying to tank. At least say you're not trying to be the next Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders are having a better draft right now than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's your title for the rest of the season. For all that season. You will not be called Pittsburgh. You will be called Pittsburgh. You literally let two top-tier quarterbacks walk out the door in the offseason and haven't even drafted one.
Yeah, I'm just looking down the list of teams upcoming. Yeah, I just don't see any teams in need of a quarter. The Saints at 93.
New England.
And the Saints at 93, the Browns at 94.
New England might need it. The Chargers might need it. And I mean, for backup-wise at least. It's that one of those things where if you can basically make a diamond out of a coal, this is what I look at when I look at Shedeur Sanders. He would be that guy. He is pretty much that coal that basically you can just put pressure on and make a diamond out of. Because basically, as nice as possible, and this is with all due respect to your boy, I feel like Shedeur Sanders is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Because Jalen Hurts, seems like the only time he basically is in the spotlight is about the push, tush, push, tush, push, tush, push. It's about that. That's what I look at when I sit here and I look at. I basically look at Jalen Hurts. Nothing about his passing. I feel like Shedeur has a better. Oh shit! Patriots trade pick to
Kansas City.
Oh Lord! Is it safe to say that the quarterbacks who basically have not been picked yet, pretty much are not going to get picked at all?
Well, they're definitely not going to get. It doesn't look like any of them are going to get picked tonight.
Because we know the Chiefs are most likely going to pick up somebody on the offensive line because basically, to put it as nice as possible, Joe's Eagles made Patrick Mahomes their bitch in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did. They got Noel Williams from California, cornerback.
Okay. I'm just looking at some news stories that are popping up here. If you thought Shedeur Sanders was in trouble before, let me read you this headline from Fox News. It says, Trump says Shedeur Sanders should be drafted immediately.
Well, that's the same guy who killed the first version of the USFL.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, no. He's the guy who actually killed the first version of USFL. Vince McMahon was the one that killed the XFL.
Right.
And thankfully, it's in good hands now. There is one story I want to actually bring up, and It's a somber one. I want to actually send my condolences, thoughts, and prayers to the family of Derek Harmon, who basically was the first round pick in who was the first round pick in last night's draft for the Steelers. His mom shockingly passed away shortly after her son was drafted to the Steelers. So
That's it.
that's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, I already have warned my wife about this one. Basically, if our son ends up sitting here getting drafted, don't have a goddamn heart attack, or I'll resurrect you, kick your ass, his ass, and the team that basically drafted him, I'll kick their ass too. That's just me just going off the whim on it. But the biggest thing that gets me the most on this is we're sort of looking at this one as who's going to be that guy that's going to become that person. We're looking at every single one of these guys right now. And I am looking at the fact that did last night just kind of just kill it? The fact that you had Jackson Dart go before any of the quarterbacks that are still up for grabs. The fact that the Saints Saints fans felt like that New Orleans dropped the ball and just made it worse for everybody else.
Going into the draft, I thought that a lot of teams this year, you weren't going to get a lot of teams that are just going to be jumping all over themselves to get any quarterback. I think that because they've seen what's happened the past couple of years. The top pick in the draft, top quarterback taken, not so good. The guy number 2 turned out to be great. When you look back at the Texans the year before, and certainly last year with the Redskins. Yeah, the Redskins. I'm not going to go back into that nonsense. The Redskins picked Jaden Daniels, and he's franchise quarterback already. So I think a lot of teams may be a little skitterish. But I don't know. Again, I don't see why Shador Sanders is not. Is still waiting to get drafted. Somebody's really going to have to explain that one to me.
Yeah. So I did a quick search here on ESPN site just to see who was projected to need a quarterback that has not been met yet. There's 3: Pittsburgh, the Rams, and Cleveland.
I was actually shocked. I was shocked that the Rams did not at least try to go back to the defensive side. I mean, I got nothing against the tight end. I saw some of his highlights. He would be a good number 2 tight end, and size alone will most likely actually get him winning in my book. But the fact that Cleveland, who doesn't really have a quarterback, like really Joe Flacco, we really think Joe Flacco's going to go back in there and say the Browns have a second coming? I don't think so.
Well, you do have Super Bowl winning quarterback Kenny Pickett.
Right.
I'm joking.
You know what? This is how they're looking at it right now. They're top 5 best available: Shador Sanders, Jarrett Wilson, Xavier Watts, Jalen Monroe, and Yaya Black. For starters, who the hell names their kid Yaya? Are you fucking? You know what? It can't be any worse than half the names we say here. Like, Clinton Dix. That right there, that name will go down in infamy as like probably the funniest, best name for a football player that you could ever ask for. Okay, now we got the Chargers up.
Yeah, I don't think they're taking a quarterback.
Melvin Gordon shaved his dread slots, man. What? Like, I get you're not playing anymore, but bruh, what the shit?
Who?
So Oregon says no, Jamari Caldwell. He's actually Jamari Caldwell is actually a sick, twisted individual. He reminds me of my son so much that I look at him and I just think in my head, that's going to be my kid in about a decade. That's what I look at when I see that. When I see this guy work. He's got mean hands, got mean concentration. He can penetrate when literally he's even getting that trouble. those double teams, everything else, he will go in and disrupt passes. And in that division, in the AFC West, you need somebody who is going to actually disrupt the shit out of Patrick Mahomes. Take a page out of the Eagles book because the Eagles pulled it off. Eagles did amazing. Eagles did great.
Yeah.
With disrupting Mahomes in the Super Bowl. That's what all of them are going to do. So I cannot hate this pick. I actually like this. Actually, I'm not even mad at this pick because the Chargers, they need somebody in defense because at this very point, oh shit, here we go. Packers Nation's about to go crazy. I know my sister's she's probably not watching the draft, but she is drinking. And if I say the words "Go Pack Go," she will start screaming her head off. So there you go. Go Pack Go, Amber. I love you very much. You too, Donnie, baby.
You know what's funny though? When you get to this round, rounds like this, what other players aren't like household names, and you're watching the people who are at the draft, and it's exciting. So I can understand why they get a little animated. But I don't think they even know who gets drafted. But they're taking their shirts out. They're mugging for the camera. They're getting all excited. It's like you don't even know who you just drafted. They could say.
It's that fact of being on TV. It's the fact that they get their little 30 seconds TV time. And it's great. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great feeling for these guys.
I guess, but it's like I get kind of slap high fives or whatever, but some of these people get pretty animated. Go ahead, Joe.
I guarantee you in about 15 minutes or so, they'll be dancing around in Houston gear instead of Green Bay gear.
Yeah, probably.
Kind of like how Fox paid fans to go to the Rams in their initial season.
Yeah. But again, it's like the 99th pick in the NFL draft. The New Orleans Saints select Charles.
I'm beyond disappointed in you for bringing that jackass. Bringing that jackass into my show. Shame on you. Shame on you, Don Juan.
I'm just making the point that, they don't listen to the name. They just hear whatever it is and they get excited.
At this point, maybe they're probably at this point of where they're thinking in their heads that they're starting to realize what the team needs. And the fact that you already named off what you said it was 3 teams, Pittsburgh, my Rams, and the Cleveland that need a quarterback.
Yep.
The fact that the Rams have not picked a quarterback yet actually bugs me. And the reason it bugs me is because of the fact we have Matthew Stafford, who's probably on his last ride. Let's be honest. He's probably on his last ride. Then we got Jimmy G.
You got Jimmy G.
He knows about Jimmy G.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Stetson Bennett. With all due respect to Stetson, I know his mentals, since I've been saying it, he's been working on getting his mentals right. I'm all for that because I have to do that sometimes myself. But here's the problem. Bruh, we kind of need you on our damn football field. You basically got a big-ass fucking contract. You kind of need to basically either step up or step aside. And holy shit, the Jaguars are on the clock? I haven't seen these guys since the first round.
They got two picks in a row, one after the other.
And then we got Houston and the Rams at 89 and 90. I'm actually gonna be curious about this one because I want to see what the Jaguars are going to actually bring to the table. You can show all these Packers fans their cows come home. These guys are going to be the same ones crying come January when their teammates get eliminated from the playoffs if they make it.
But a lot of these teams, when they have multiple picks in certain rounds, they really do go after what they think is need.
Wait, is he? What?
Yeah.
This is. I'm sorry. It's become apparent. Defense. Philly started something that was already started by Baltimore many, many moons ago, but has not. People haven't popped up on it because they got stuck in the vibe of free real estate, Kansas City style. But the fact that your team, your Eagles, have made to that point where, hey, you know what? Defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. They're starting to realize this. We've been saying this for years, but people haven't been picking up on it until tonight. we got all 32 teams been doing exactly what we expected to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, at this very point, I want the Jaguars to draft Shador just so the very fact that Trevor Lawrence starts sweating bullets. Because as good as Trevor Lawrence was, Trevor Lawrence ain't that same guy, and he tends to get hurt. Who is the backup for Trevor Lawrence if shit hits the fan? That's going to be the question I'm going to have.
Yeah, again, I think that one of these teams that already has an established quarterback. At this point, what's the harm? Most of these guys are gonna, they're gonna wash out anyway. Take a flyer, sit him on your bench, make him put in an effort to develop, and then see what you turn up with. Man, these guys. Oh, by the way, why did so many guys named Caleb are getting drafted?
I don't know. Caleb actually looked like a pretty damn good player right now, and the Jaguars' next pick is in, so we have that.
Because Caleb is the new Michael.
Must
Is
be.
Remember how Michael was the common name in the 80s?
Yeah.
Now you can't find anybody named Michael.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure there's got to be one in this draft.
Yeah.
Let me just kind of take a quick scan here. Nobody in the third round. Let's see here.
Yeah, I don't even know who this
Nobody
damn
in the
coach
second round.
is for the Jaguars. I'm trying to figure this out in my head.
Oh, that was a weird deal. The coach of the
Who is Liam Cohen? Who the hell is Liam Cohen? And why is this guy like he's wearing a female top?
Liam Cohen is the former OC of Tampa Bay.
Yep. And there was that weird deal where I think he signed on originally to be their coach. Then maybe the team he was with offered him more money to stay. He got
Don't trade away.
Ultimately,
Don't trade away. 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 Please do not trade this one away. You guys have only had one legit pick in this entire draft. You traded away the first rounder to Atlanta, and look what happened. They got the guy we could have gotten. Please, Rams, don't trade away this fucking pick.
By the way, there's nobody named Michael in this draft.
And just to let you guys know, you're kind of saying about Jacksonville's depth chart. Trevor Lawrence, Nick Mullins, John Wolford.
Wow. Nick Mullins had a cup of coffee with San Francisco for a minute.
I get that Nick Mullins owned the Raiders when he played for the 49ers.
Oh, please. The line of that group. Oh, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying the line of the names of guys who actually own the Raiders. I mean, come on. It's long. You don't there's no distinction in being that. Bunch of guys.
Whoa.
This is
okay. This is the first. This is the first time in this entire second and third round that. Oh wait, never mind. Pick just showed up, but usually after they already do the highlights, the pick is already there and they're ready to go with it. My hope is that the Rams will actually do this right.
Mm-hmm.
We seem to thrive in those later rounds, as proven with Puka, as proven with Jared Verse, and it's literally saying we need a quarterback. Because I'm gonna be honest, I got more faith in Shador Sanders right now than I do in Jimmy G. I'm gonna be honest.
I got more faith. I got more faith in Shador Sanders' dog than Jimmy G. How this guy is still cashing NFL checks, I do not know.
But I'm salty too, so I get it.
Hey, I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hell, why not draft Joe Hendry, damn it? You know what, Rams? Draft Joe Hendry. That's how it feels that. And big congrats to Joe Hendry for making his WrestleMania debut and actually shocking the world, because I expected Alec to come out But Joe Hendry was just as good. So I'm not going to knock that part.
Yeah.
But I want to bring this up, and I want to get y'all thoughts because I want while this thing is on commercial right now. Here is the round 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything stick out for you as far as who actually is that person?
That is tough. Again, a lot of these guys, it's just not that. I'm just going to go for guys I know I've seen play. I saw Henderson, the running back. After that, man, it's just
right.
Well, Will Johnson dropped in the draft, right?
Yeah.
Will Johnson, I think he got picked up by Arizona.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
wasn't he injured last year?
Might have to check that. Nick Gordon. That's actually a shocker. Donovan as Araku. Donovan as Araku going to the Cowboys, getting another damn edge rusher to just compliment Micah Parsons because and they said compliment him, but I don't think he's getting complimented. I think he's basically, and of course he comes up on my TV as soon as I say his name. But the one I'm actually happy about, the one that actually put a tear in my eye, your Raiders at 58.
I like
Jack
the pick.
Peck.
Yep.
I'm actually happy about that one.
Yeah. Now, he's got. I've seen him a couple times.
Between him and the story with his brother getting killed in New Orleans, shooting, I'm gonna be honest. Jack Beck, that one actually sat here and like made me cry, bawl my eyes out like a whiny baby. I'm gonna be honest. It did. But that is one of those good moments. This wasn't one of those dream picks, but it was a dream pick if you basically are a Raider fan because now you have somebody who can catch the damn ball. And oh hell, here we go. Here we go. Shit. Jesus Christ. Joe, you probably have a little bit of you got it, but no, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me.
I'm not doing anything when it comes to looking ahead here tonight.
Oh boy, here we go. Tell me something.
No
surprise.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm good with that. Hell yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw this. No, I watched this kid. I'm actually good with this pick. This mofo is the reason why basic quarterbacks in the NFC West are going to start worrying. Brock Purdy's going to end up back on the injured list because of this kid. That's how much I feel about this guy. This guy is a great run stopper, and considering what we did with Saquon Barkley, considering how we did with Saquon, this is going to be beautiful. I like this pick. He's the guy that would basically take Saquon and throw his ass on the ground. I'm completely good with that. Oh yeah.
Again, you're getting another edge rusher. I'm not sure why they changed the terminology, but he's fast, and you're coming off that edge. You have to have an attitude, and you have to have speed. You got that. You're going to whip past all these slow, offensive linemen, and the name of the game is hunting down the quarterback.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good pick. And again, you throw him together with a verse, Derek Verse, man, you have speed coming off both edges, and they're young guys. Whew.
Oh, it's like the Ravens are coming up for their pick now.
Yeah. I really thought that Sanders could have been drafted there because of the whole commercial break and waiting for somebody to come onto the stage and all that, but no.
No, I mean I'm still looking. The first opening I see of any kind, the Browns are coming up at 94. The Saints are at 93. If he slides past those boys, I don't know.
Seattle pretty much needs like offensive linemen like there's no tomorrow. Between them
Yep.
and Houston,
Yep.
they need offensive linemen like crazy. That's the nicest way I can put it. That's the sweetest way I can put it. But these guys need that. These guys need those massively. And for the fact that the Ravens are picking up on this one, the Ravens are going offense because their defense is basically still good, but their offense is going to need that help. Like, let's see, they got safety in the first round, they got an edge rusher in the second round, and they got offensive second and the third round. They're starting to basically just fill gaps. Seattle, I feel like needs. I feel like Seattle has Sam Darnold. Great. Get a damn quarterback to actually put in that spot. You got Darnold, you got Cup, you got MVS, and you got DeMarcus Lawrence. To put it as nice as possible, Seattle needs a lot of help because you just got rid of Geno, you just got rid of DK Metcalf, you just got rid of Tyler Lockett, who just signed with the Titans.
They need a running game, which they do not have. And the fact
This
that
is
they
true.
haven't addressed that.
And yeah, ironically enough, Sean Alexander was here making the Seattle pick just a little bit ago. And of course, his ass is back in there. And I had to explain. My wife was like, who the fuck is that? I was like, that's Sean Alexander. Who? My wife actually called this shit. Cowboys fan.
Wow.
I think he just said running back.
Wow.
Running back.
Seattle's picked a quarterback. And guess who it's not?
What the fuck? What? What?
I'm sorry.
What? Are you fucking kidding me? What?
I can't. I have no answer for that.
No!
No
No!
answer for that.
What the shit?
There's-
Jalen Milrow?
I'm sorry. I actually watched the games. I don't know who these talent or player coordinator types that are making these picks.
Are you? Wait. I'm just trying to figure this out. Give me wait. You mean to tell me Seattle picked Jalen Milrow over Shador Sanders?
Yep.
Jalen Milrow's not shit.
Nope.
Are you?
Everybody saw his last appearance in that bowl game, and he was beyond pathetic. I mean, if couldn't hit.
Yeah, go ahead.
come out
Talk
of the
amongst
floor.
yourself. I gotta call my. I have to call my wife because she has to hear this one because she's gonna be like, "What the fuck? What?"
Well, the thing about Milrow, and this was, and John, I'm sure you heard it. Everybody was talking about his physique. Like, I'm sorry. If I wanted physique, I would draft Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He can't throw the damn ball either down the field. So
Yeah.
I don't get that. It's like, it's comforting to the extent that, like, you know what, hell, I could do that job.
Yeah.
I could be just as stupid, or at least, buy into the narrative. Because everybody's not saying, oh, he's got a great physique and he can run, but he's a quarterback. Doesn't it concern you that he really is not that accurate? That he really can't throw? Again, the knock on Sanders was had a big arm. Well, Milrow may have a big arm, but he can't hit anybody.
Yeah.
He can hit the water boy, the sideline. He can't hit receivers in the open field. And last time I checked, that's kind of in the job description.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So basically, he's the Ricky Wild thing born of the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Well, no! Jalen Milrow! This is why I don't like Seattle. This is why Seattle deserves to get their ass whooped. You literally have Shador Sanders, Kyle McCord, Will Howard, Quinn Edwards, and Dylan Gabriel available, and you choose Jalen Milrow? Seattle! Are y'all trying to tank too?
When we talked earlier today, the Vegas odds on Sanders going in the second round was minus 150. That was not only was in the second round, those were the odds of him being drafted with the first pick in the second round.
We like honestly, this I said I wasn't gonna watch this shit anymore after that second round, but I got sucked in.
Okay.
Not because of the dumbass on my screen, Mel Diaper Jr. Not because of his ass, because his ass is ass. Mel Kiper has been sitting here. Mel Kiper putting him up as the top is probably the reason why Shador has been dropping. Shador Sanders is either going to get drafted by the Saints with his next pick, or he's going to become Mr. Irrelevant. That is my prediction when it comes to Shador Sanders.
Right after New Orleans at 93 comes the Cleveland Browns again. Are they just so shell shocked with the number of bad picks they made for quarterback that they're just not going to pick one?
Joe, you got this look on your face like I'm only here so I don't get fined. So I'm gonna let you go.
I looked up Sam Darnold's contract here. This is on sporttrack.com or spottrack.com.
Yeah.
He
Not that big.
he's got a potential out after the 2026 season.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a potential void. He can become a unrestricted free agent after the 2027 season.
Uh-oh.
So Milroe is probably just going to sit on the bench for a year, do whatever.
And he don't care. He don't care at this moment.
No.
Because he's been drafted. He's actually been able to see. He can go look straight at Dion and his son and go, "How you like me now, baby? As bad as I was in Alabama, how you like me now, baby?" That's what it comes down to.
But
Jalen Milroe was everybody's bitch in the SEC last season, and yet he gets picked before any of them. And I hate Ohio State, but damn, dog. And Cleveland's probably gonna fuck this one up. I'm sorry, brother. I love you. I know you say God loves the Buckeyes, but Cleveland's probably gonna fuck up this pick too. Tyler Show getting picked before Shador Sanders and Jalen Milroe is blasphemous, insulting, and a slap in the face. I don't give a rat's ass what the hell you gotta say on it. That's garbage.
Well, remember, Jalen Hurts had to finish his college career at Oklahoma.
That's correct. And the thing about the Eagles quarterback, after he was benched in the national championship game by Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate embarrassment. I know what Shador Sanders is going through now, but that's the worst. So I'll give him credit for just transferring to Oklahoma, picking up his career, getting drafted. Which round was he drafted in, Joe? Second or third round?
Second round.
Second round. Okay. So he already had all this baggage. Oh, the guy gets benched in the championship game, transfers, and da da da. But look at what he did with that.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think he gets enough credit, even after winning a Super Bowl. People still don't think he's a great quarterback. He's a great quarterback. I'm sorry.
And the most important stat that I look for is not the yards he throws. It's not the yards he runs for. It's did he get the W or did he get the L? That's all I'm worried about. If he wants to throw for 350 to get a win, go right ahead. If you're going to throw for 105 yards and run for 80 and have Saquon run for 150, go right ahead. I don't care. But, all I worry about is wins and losses.
Yeah, and that used to be the measure. I'm old enough to go back to guys like Bart Starr and so on. What you win. I don't care about today's mentality is almost about like style points. Boy, he looked great in the pocket, and he's got escapability, and he's got a strong arm. What did he win? And fans, really true fans, are looking at W's and L's. Nothing else. You can be the best thing you can win 3 Heisman trophies, get into the pro game, and have a sub 500 record. How good are you?
Yeah.
I just see this, and it's almost laughable.
This is probably the most twisted draft I've ever seen in my life right now. Just based off of what the hell we've witnessed up to this point.
It's so weird. It's like at this point, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody picked Charles Manson. Like, hey, hey, the guy had a couple of bad breaks. Yeah, he murdered a couple of people.
But
That
at
was
this point,
long ago.
are we really that surprised? Because they'd rather have guys who basically are questionable personality wise, like Jackson Dart, instead of a guy who apparently didn't do an interview right. Bruh, have you seen me? I don't do interviews right. Dylan Gabriel is sitting at home waiting. Dylan Gabriel should have already been picked.
Well, I can tell you in my law.
Quinn Edwards ain't even literally. He's not even sitting in. He's not even in his couch.
Oh, he's gone
We
to
got
bed
all
now.
these damn animals,
He's gone to bed
these
now.
heads, trophies sitting behind Quinn Edwards, and his ass hasn't been picked up. Shador Sanders haven't been picked up. Are you kidding me?
Uh-oh. You're not going to like this. You're not going to like this one. The Browns have selected Dylan Gabriel. Oh, man.
I'm on the West Coast, so this is okay with me. That kid should have been drafted already. But the fact that they actually this is a quarterback round. Pick somebody. New England, you need a quarterback. Philly, you need a quarterback. I don't give a rat's ass how good Jalen Hurts is. Jalen Hurts is going to become ass. Jalen Hurts was ass before he won the Super Bowl.
I'll make a prediction. Let me see here. Let me look at the remaining Eagles picks in this year's draft here.
Yeah. Do they have any more picks?
They got a pick.
Besides
They got another pick. They got the next. Then after the
got-
pick, it's going to be the Eagles at 96.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
They traded that pick to the Falcons.
Wait. Let me see what this kid's got. You know what? I'm actually okay with this pick.
Really?
Dylan Gabriel, I'm actually good with this pick.
Well, no,
to go to Cleveland, I mean, the kid's got an arm. He's got basically all the Demarcus Watson swag or Deshaun Watson swag, but he also has that Dorian Thompson Robinson kind of movement. So I'm good with that. Congratulations on getting laid yet once again, you Shad. If you know, you know. It's all good.
Okay. Now listen. Now, I mean, the Raiders have picks 98 and 99.
So somewhere in there, are you guys about to get the next Jamarcus Russell in Joe's words?
I would. They got 2 picks.
I mean, it's 2 picks, but Joe pretty much already made it clear that Shador Sanders is going to be the next Jamarcus Russell. So,
I'm going to be thinking that.
And who drafted Jamarcus Russell again?
Al Davis, if I recall.
This is your fucking Gruden grinders. See, Reese, we miss you.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I mean, again, I can understand how he could be falling numbers wise in the draft, and I can make a case for Jackson Dart being drafted ahead of him. But the guys that have come afterwards, I don't get this.
Okay, so
that was one of those
Eagles are going to be at 101.
What's that? Eagles are
going to be 101. Yeah.
Yep. So
I'd like to see the Rams sit here and actually maybe make another couple of trades and get them to asses in because they've only done 2 picks this entire damn draft, and they traded out of the first round, which makes it even worse. Atlanta has actually been stocking up big. I am happy with Atlanta's picks up to this point because they focus on defense, and the fact that they got 2 of the meanest edge rushers you can ask for. I'm actually happy with that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with Atlanta's picks up to this point. A linebacker, an edge rusher, they stayed in the SEC because they know exactly the SEC is the best conference in the country. I don't give a rat's ass who wants to test me on that one. Y'all know it. I know it. They know it. It's big. It's huge. I like it. And the Falcons already got the pick in. Then we got Minnesota. And then we get to the Don Juan Grinders.
I'm going to make a crazy prediction for you.
Nothing could be crazy tonight, but
Not
Well,
anymore.
well, it'll be more for tomorrow.
Hmm.
What do Olamide Zacchaeus, DeAndre Swift,
Okay.
and Jeremiah Trotter all have in common? Besides just playing on the Eagles at the same time.
That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Is it school affiliation or draft?
You guys just traded your pick for the pick to the Falcons. Keep rooking. Damn.
Yeah.
Don Juan got it right, the school affiliation, but not what you're thinking. They all went to the same high school.
High school, right? Wow.
Same high school I went to.
I'm assuming that during
So
some
wait,
years they won like
if they all went to the same high school you went to, how come you haven't been drafted by the NFL?
Because one, I didn't play football, and two, the years that I was there between 87 and 91, we were the worst team in the city by far.
Really?
They probably still drafted. I mean, hell, you had the Cleveland Browns here for fuck's
The
sake.
only win
You
we
probably
had,
got drafted.
I think it was our senior year. We only won one game, and it was only because Marvin Harrison was ineligible, I think.
He went to the sad part is he ain't lying. Minnesota just traded their pick to who?
But my prediction,
Houston.
Yep.
My prediction: the Eagles get into the draft in the 6th or 7th round, and they'll draft Kyle McCord.
Really?
Who also went to my high school.
To that school.
Philly will trade McCourty. Philly will trade for McCourty.
Kyle McCord.
Yeah, that's not that's not too far outside of the realm of possibility.
Do you honestly feel like that Shador is just basically just very much nothing more than eye candy for the draft?
I've never seen a drop like this.
Here's a crazy idea. What if at the end of the night he says, "Fuck this, I'm going back to college"?
It crossed my mind. Well,
no. You know what will happen if Shador doesn't get drafted? UFL is picking his ass up because they know exactly what he brings to the table. I think he will probably get picked up by UFL, and I think that basically he will give the NFL the finger every single time he scores a touchdown. That's my prediction. If he does not get picked up,
there's a new element to this game, and that is name, image, and likeness. So let's just say he does go back to Colorado for another year. How much money do you think he's going to get? He could probably pull down at least a couple million.
Well,
isn't Shador? What is he, a junior or is he a senior?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, he's got another year. If he doesn't get drafted, then clearly he can go back to school.
He can go back to school, but is that going to be a good thing for basically everybody? Because the fact is that Deion's going to be the one that's, as people don't like Deion has this thing kind of like I do, and congrats, Houston, you're the first team to sit here and grab a pair of Jalen's in the 3rd round. So I believe that's the first. That's the first. But my biggest question is going to be, how bad do you guys sit here and think that basically Deion's going to basically sit here and be tell his son to give the NFL the finger every single touchdown that he throws? He's going to make that a touchdown celebration.
You know, if he decides to go back and whatever, like I said, it's lucrative now to not go to the NFL. Maybe you can put up some more numbers or whatever, because clearly he should. If he did that, he should be able to get a better draft slot in the next, next draft. If he chooses to do so, because again, like I said, what's this kid that came out of Tennessee? Who was getting, they were off giving him $2.4 million in NIL money. He decided to get the big heads, and now he's at UCLA. Well, I don't think he's getting anywhere near that. But the fact that the college players are getting millions of dollars now, gives him a great incentive to stay.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a point. I mean, as much as I hate the very thought, because the fact is that if you're not getting picked in the first round, just go back to college.
Yeah.
Go back to college and just improve that stock, but also make the NFL know that it's just that, you know what? Fuck you. Just be like that with the NFL. Because the NFL has basically made it clear that you're not ready. And above all else, pick up a damn playbook and read that dumb bitch. And if you got to improvise on the fly, improvise on the fly. We don't care. But do better.
Oh, wait a minute! Something notable has already happened in the draft. Jalen Smith, at number 97, is the first player being drafted out of USC. I never thought I'd live to see it.
I didn't think I'd live to sit here and see Ohio State pretty much running this draft from top to bottom. I didn't expect that to sit here and see RB2 from Ohio State go before RB1 from Ohio State, but I saw that too. I didn't expect that New Orleans, knowing full well exactly what the hell people wanted, would go for the other guy before anything else. I'm sorry, but I didn't expect, where the hell is his asset? Tyler Shaw to go before Shedeur Sanders. I expect DJ Sanders to go before Shedeur Sanders. When it comes down to it for me,
I expected Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, at least you got some of that finger licking good stuff going on.
In my head, I'm trying to basically make peace with everything that's going on. And we got Shedeur Sanders, Kyle McCord, Will Howard, and Quinn Ewers still available, and we're getting wrapped up with the third round.
I could kind of see Shedeur Sanders ending up with the Raiders only because Geno Smith is one of those bridge quarterbacks because he is 35 years old.
Yep.
Come on, Raiders, do the right thing.
The right thing in regards to what?
Well, again, we are talking about the Raiders. Just don't do the dumb thing.
What's the dumb thing? Now you gotta be curious.
When it comes to the Raiders, it could be. I mean, they got 2 picks. Take Shedeur Sanders. What the hell are they going to hurt? Because even after the 3rd round, they still have 5 more picks.
At the Raiders, we say, once a Raider, always a Raider.
Now,
this man's going to have a great career.
They need enough. Again.
Bill, 2025 draft, the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, select Caleb Rogers, guard from Texas Tech.
Another Caleb?
Another Caleb.
Another Caleb.
No Shedeur, but plenty of Caleb and no Michaels, apparently. So if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm going out right now. I'm finding a judge before midnight and getting my name changed to Caleb Sanders.
To Caleb Jones, or I mean, it kind of makes sense though. I mean, at this very point, it makes perfect damn sense.
Well, you know, the Raiders do need O-line help, so I'm not.
They do need it.
You know,
again,
the
fact that we had more Calebs drafted in this damn draft, more Jalen's drafted in this damn draft, more Buckeyes drafted in this damn draft. What the shit?
That is like
the Raiders get another pick.
Twilight Zone stuff. Yep, got another pick. So you know,
and it's already in.
I do have a complaint after this pick.
What complaint do you have? Because we know these guys are going to milk this shit like there's no tomorrow. Unless he's coming out right now. Coming out right now? All right.
Right now.
Bring it. Show me.
O-line. O-line.
The Las Vegas Raiders select
Beggars?
Beggars?
Las
Uh,
Vegas? Las
I
Vegas
think uh,
Vegas?
I
Who the
think
hell are the Vegas?
I think he's been hitting the
Yeah.
He's been hitting the ayahuasca with A.A. Ron Rodgers.
Yeah.
little Ron Rico.
I do have one complaint though.
What you got?
When Bo Allen, former Eagle, was on that Super Bowl 52 winning team,
Okay.
when he came up, he had the perfect opportunity to troll the living shit out of Green Bay.
Good.
Especially because one, we beat them in the playoffs, and two, they started the whole ban the tush push thing. This year's variation of it.
Can somebody explain that to me?
They're trying to ban tush push because apparently
It works.
nobody can actually beat it. Nobody can block it. Nobody can stop it. Let's be honest. That's what it is. But how are you expecting your guy to go in and troll the Packers after the visionary, the revolutionary, Mr. Seth freaking Rollins sat here and did the same damn thing, trolled the shit out of those. And I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it up to Seth. I'm gonna give it up to Seth freaking Rollins because damn, that was gangsta. That was some gangsta shit.
All right. Well, but nothing.
He's a Bears fan.
Nothing.
He can't beat that.
Now, if you remember, Drew Pearson trolled the shit out of the Eagles when the draft was here in Philly.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you remember what you remember what happened next year when the Eagles made their pick in Dallas?
Here we go. Let it rip.
Go right now. We got a kicker with a pick.
The Indianapolis Colts have traded the 49th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. To announce the Philadelphia Eagles selection, please welcome from the University of Louisville, kicker David Akers.
Oh, Akers. I remember.
What's up, Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Kicker's trolling the Cowboys.
Last year.
I'm standing up here before you as an undrafted free agent.
How about them Cowboys?
Representing that shield for 15 years. Tonight, I'm representing the Philadelphia Eagles. NFC East champs. Divisional champs. NFC champs. And world champs. The world champs. Hey, Dallas, the last time you were in the Super Bowl, these draft picks weren't born.
This shade is real.
We are welcome into the Eagles
Look at Doug
family
Peterson.
with the 49th pick in the 2018 draft. The NFL would like to represent the Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas Goddard. He is the tight end from South Dakota State. Go Birds!
Damn. I'm sorry.
That's all kind of hurt.
But damn, if David Akers trolling the Cowboys was like the best one ever. And yes, he has good competition with Seth Rollins, but David Akers trolling them Cowboys fans the way that he trolled them was that good that I loved more than anything else. I laughed my ass off so badly at that one that I got damn.
I wanted something like that, and I got nothing.
It's Green Bay.
I'm sorry. Well, you know what, though? Again, the beauty of the whole thing, given the setup and everything else, I guess he knew what the pick was. First name of the guy, Dallas Goddard.
And Dallas was looking for a tight end as well.
Yeah, exactly. That didn't twist the knife.
Round 3 apparently is about to wrap
over.
up. We got the 49ers as their picks in. Then we got Philly and Minnesota.
That's it.
I guess I expected more out of basically the first 3 rounds. Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe I set my expectations way too fucking high. Kind of like every single one of these damn football teams did for everybody. Everybody! So let's see what you got.
That's just the thing, though. I mean, this draft was not considered all that deep to begin with. So why is a guy Well, again, I'm still looking up his numbers. He threw for 70 touchdowns in the 2 seasons at Colorado, and he can't get drafted in the first 3 rounds. Don't get that.
I don't either.
You know,
That bugs me more than anything else with this. Joe, go ahead. Joe, go ahead.
He
Because
he did
I'm pretty
he
sure
did
I'm gonna
something.
pick a couple days for drinking. I'm gonna get a shot glass.
He did something, but um,
This doesn't make
Eagles are
any
not
sense, though.
picking. We have another trade here. Broncos acquire picks number
Ah, shit.
101 and 134 from the Eagles for picks
Because the
111,
Eagles are
130,
done.
and 191.
The Eagles pretty much have gotten everybody they wanted. If we're gonna be honest, they don't need to get stacked any more than they already are. They're most likely gonna win the East. Because I don't
Well,
see
picks one.
any other team in the East that actually would sit here and be
Well,
at that point. I would not. I can't see the Cowboys, the Giants, or the Commanders. I see the Commanders being your biggest threat. But if they play like they did, and God forbid they play like they did against them in the NFC Championship game, I'm going to be tear shades of pissed off. I can't even fit into my head. Because I want you to realize, if we go back to last season, the team that gave you the biggest headache was my Rams in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That should basically tell everybody exactly what level the Rams are on right now. It's probably why I'm not losing my mind about the Rams not really having many draft picks. You're drafting that tight nasty. I love it. But oh shit. What, okay, Broncos, how you gonna fuck this up?
Well, another edge rusher.
Dad, I'm just oh boy.
And the
Everybody's going to defense.
And the one
I
guy
think
has
everybody.
that.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, check.
One guy had that Dallas Sucks chain in the Eagles colors.
Agreed. That's what that was what I was saying. Like, I love the chain. I love the chain. No, I know you got tons you want to be able to say about this madness.
Wait, you know what? I mean, clearly the Eagles and their performance in the playoffs and certainly in the Super Bowl have influenced a lot of these draft picks. Because remember last year, I don't think you saw a defensive player taken in the first round to like the 14th, 15th, or 16th pick. So, you know, I think a lot of teams have kind of jumped on that defense wins championships thing, and they're stockpiling. You know, cornerbacks, edge rushers. I mean, they're all over the place. There are more edge rushers. I don't know how many of them are named Caleb, but there are tons of guys getting drafted because they're coming off the edge now. I'm not sure you can replicate what the Eagles did. To me, that was the most dominant performance I've seen in a Super Bowl since the '85 Bears, maybe the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. So I don't know how you can say, yeah, let's just throw a bunch of defensive players out there that we draft or we come by as free agents and see if we can replicate it. How much you can do that? Yeah, you can scheme it up, but the Eagles have the right combination of players who were focused in on doing the job they needed to do, and they didn't care who was on the other side. So, you know,
Oh shit! Here we go. Vikings are up now.
Well, you know, technically they do kind of need a quarterback.
Technically, my ass, they got JJ McCarthy.
I'm
He
just
had
saying.
played.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I need a shot to score.
well, they went for a wide receiver. That doesn't surprise me.
Well, they gotta have somebody that basically goes compliments Jefferson. Go! These nuts.
You know what? I mean, I understand. I actually saw that game, the one preseason game that J.J. McCarthy was in before he got hurt. And yeah, he looked good, but it was a preseason game.
Yeah.
You're going to
Who's
take
gonna
your
still have
franchise.
as the backup? Like, I
I
know
don't
they
know.
basically. That's the question I got. If you're gonna want, like, you are pretty much. I have all the props in the world for the head coach. because the head coach was my offensive guy when we won the Super Bowl. So I'm not gonna knock Kev. Kevin O'Connell is pretty much a madman, and that's the best way I put it. But you have nobody, and you didn't do jack shit in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that always gets me the most. Is if you want something good, give me somebody that's actually going to sit here to the damn plate.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have the Titans and the Jaguars, and Jesus, tap dancing Christ. I don't know what to expect out of this damn draft up to this point. The fact that literally Shador Sanders' name is still on that damn wall bugs the piss out of me.
Yeah, again,
Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
Well,
by the way, the first 14 picks last year were offense.
Yep. Yeah. So, like I said, it's always, the NFL is no different than any other. They're copycat leagues. They see a success where something is emphasized, defense, pitching, whatever. Everybody else is going to try to emulate that or replicate. And you can't. You just can't. But I'm happy that teams have decided to go out and try to actually put some better defensive players out there, see what they can come up with. I just don't think this draft was deep enough for them to find enough good players for any of these teams making a lot of difference. I mean, the Raiders have gone, they picked up a corner now and what have you. It's what they've been doing the past 15, 20 years. The Raiders are one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to drafting players in the defensive backfield.
Mm-hmm.
They're okay. They can get a linebacker or two. They can get decent guys clearly on the defensive line, but their defensive backs have just sucked for more than a decade. And you can draft the first round. It doesn't matter. They're either going to cut them or they're going to play them for a year and somebody else picks them up. So I don't have any high hopes. Maybe they can scheme a better defense, cover up that poor defensive backfield.
Oh my
But
God!
until they do something about that.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. At this very juncture, I'm actually legitimately pissed off at all 32 teams, including my own. I have to be. I have to be. Only because of the fact that here we are, round 3 just ended. Round 2 and 3 just ended. We're having round 4 tomorrow, and yet arguably one of the best quarterbacks in college has not been drafted.
Nope.
Hey, what up, cuz? Yeah, cuz. Yeah, come on, Shawty. Come on, Shawty. You get ready, right, cuz? Sorry, I'm putting on the NBA play. I'm running the same thing that he's in, that he actually has on right now.
Yeah, I get it.
It was either that or SmackDown. At this point, WWE's basically been trying to sit here and basically try to cut my nuts off from a distance. And I'm figuring in my head, fuck it. I'm gonna sit here and have some fun with it. Okay, we've gone through rounds 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Of rounds 1, 2, and 3 of the NFL draft. Enlighten me on exactly why I should not be pissed off at the fact that Sanders is still available, Will Howard's still available, Quinn Edwards is still available, but yet Jalen Milroe's bitch ass is just picked up.
Yeah, the thing about his pick, again, it's like somebody's just picking up on the rumor, and they just drafted the guy. Again, we heard that he was da. Did you not see the games he played last year? I mean, if you saw, there's no way in hell I'm betting that guy before the 5th round, let alone the 3rd round.
Why? How? Why? How? Why? Are you kidding me? Like, it makes no damn sense. Not a lick of damn sense of how in the world Milroe gets picked before Sanders, before Howard, before Edwards. And between him and Slum, I'm like, no. As you can tell, my son is actually here. And he's...
LeBron James, what's the jail? Come on, man. That's AR-15. That's the one and only GOAT.
No, it's not.
That should tell you. That should tell you all you need to know right there. This is how I don't like that their generations because they think that LeBron's the GOAT. LeBron's not a GOAT. He's a joke, if anything else. Oh, where were y'all at? Where were y'all at? Anyway, yes, we're all watching the NBA playoffs right now. But
I got hockey on.
I know. Trust me. I will be having the Blues on right now if they were playing right now. I promise you that.
But, the Lakers and Timberwolves, that's I think that's headed for 7 games.
Everything that's ever transpired is just insane in every sense of the word. The problem I'm going to have right now at this very point.
My bad. I'll jump to my porch light.
Okay. You're good. Yeah. What is for me right now is that I've got a debate in my head. Do I want to actually sit here and broadcast live another? I might actually try that if I can actually afford a bottle of Henny. Hey, Don Juan.
Yeah, I'm down for some hand and rocks.
You want to send your bro a bottle of Henny just so that way I can consider having some a little fun.
I would do that if I would have any left over from this weekend. I might be taking
all you gotta do is just order and deliver. All you gotta just order it and then it'll just get delivered. Like they have Uber, Uber Eats.
Mm-hmm. How about I send you some Salanak?
You might as well just send that to Joe because he's been trying to be black for a hot minute, and this might help him.
Salanak. That's like a starter kit.
Well, I haven't had a drink in 7 years.
Really? Wow.
Now, not because of anything. It was just a choice with the meds I have to take.
Or because of that crazy ass thick woman that you had at the Super Bowl, maybe, Joe?
No.
Now, I ain't gonna put your business out there.
If that's the case, she would have drove me to drink, not the other way around.
I don't know. I mean,
I tell you what, Kevin. I tell you, you can hold me to this. It's on the tape.
I actually agree with that because
if the Rams win the division and one playoff game, I will be sending to you at no expense. Let's just say I'll send you a fifth of Remy. How about that? He's speechless.
Who, me or him?
Captain.
Oh.
It's been a while since I've had a drink, and it's just don't want to. When I was rolling with my friends for, up until maybe 20, 30 years ago, I used to carry a bottle or two around just for demonstration purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like I got bottles of stuff in the cabinets. Just don't break it out.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I drink with you looks like alcohol.
I thought your phrase was keep it. I thought you were all about keep it tight. Now you're saying break it out. Are you kidding me?
Special occasions. We got some family coming in a couple weeks.
Okay, I will keep it PG for their. No, fuck that shit. They have to sit here and know exactly where you get half of your shenanigans from. It might as well be from me. At least it's me doing it this time instead of you.
Sounds good. Man.
But I think that should be a good moment because, as you can tell from Don Juan's background, we have a pretty high octane game going on between the Lakers and the damn nice money. The Lakers and the Timberwolves, as the Lakers just shot a nice straight 70-68 in that game, and I believe Crazy Joe has some good hockey going on as well. I'm coming to that point of where I have to decide of whether I want to be able to do a show tomorrow. Somebody please go see if they can find our Broham, Rocket Reese, and see if he wants to basically be available. Oh, what was that?
I called.
Oh, I thought he was calling bullshit. My bad.
Oh,
But
we also have Carolina and the Devils 2-2 after the first overtime.
oh
So
shit.
we got double overtime action there on TBS.
We got some crazy ass fun, and big congrats to my boys, my St. Louis Blues, who sat here and laid the smackdown on the top seed of Winnipeg Jets last night, 7-2, looking to tie that series up tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that madness. And Luca just does it what he does best.
And I gotta say one thing though. You know what's
Go
the
ahead.
best thing about double overtime hockey?
What's that?
My Flyers were long eliminated.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a dog in the fight. They can play all night for all I care. Be exciting as hell. Meanwhile, if it was the Flyers, I'd probably be laying on the floor with a heart attack.
I wasn't going to sit here and be that person, but you know, I'm trying to be the good guy for 5 seconds.
I'm just stating facts. That's all.
I know, but shit. Again, was I not? See, Don Juan knows how I am. I try not to sit here and just point out the obvious unless I have to point out the obvious. But that being said, Joe, do you have anything you want to say before we close things up tonight? My God,
Yeah,
I'm going to hell.
I can guarantee that I will be on tomorrow morning.
True. You got some horse races to take care of, right?
Yep. Got 3 races. I'm going to be looking at 3 races tomorrow. I'm going to look at a race from Gulfstream, a race from Santa Anita. They got a rare race where they have 13 horses running in a stakes race.
Hey Joe, is that one of those 6.5 furlongs coming down the hill, or what is it?
It is the Royal Harrowing Grade 3 going a mile on the turf.
Okay, that's a long. Okay, wow.
And
So,
you know what? The one thing I miss about moving to Vegas is I'm nowhere near can't get to Santa Anita. I can watch it on TV, but man, I love that track.
oh,
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that part. Don Juan, do you got anything you want to throw in there before we actually sit here and close up shop? Because I just found one clip that I completely forgot about, and I kind of want to go ahead and bring this up because it was probably the best shoot I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I will defer to Joe.
I wanted to add a couple of things real quick.
Go ahead.
Third race I'm going to look at is the Roxelana from Churchill Downs. It's their opening night feature at Churchill Downs. And finally, I will be at the Bleacher Brothers World Headquarters starting on Tuesday. I'm on vacation this week from my real job. I will be at the World Headquarters starting on Tuesday. I'll be making appearances on the Bleacher Brothers show. And then on Saturday, we're all going to be at Gulfstream Park. We may not be live, but we'll be down there at Gulfstream Park for the Derby.
I like that. I'm gonna have to put a couple of bucks in one of those races. I've never been to the Gulfstream. Never been to. Actually, I've only been to the California parks. You know, Golden Gate, Santa Anita, Hollywood Park when it was open way back in the day. In fact, I lived a block away from Hollywood Park when it was open, so I love that track too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last track I went to was Emerald Downs.
Okay, it's a nice track.
This is why I usually go to my sister for all my phone thoughts, for all the horse thoughts.
As we hijack the ending.
No, you're not hijacking the ending by any means whatsoever. I can do the same thing, and if you basically are a wrestling fan, I know you basically came in about the wrestling. I can confirm Randy Orton versus John Cena for the undisputed title going down, and that's a foul, and one.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Going down in Backlash in Randy and I's hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. That is as official. I also can confirm that Zelina Vega just won her first singles championship, I think, in a long ass time or ever, if any, at WWE. She's became the new United States champion in case people were trying to figure that part out. Yes, I'm giving spoilers. Suck it. Deal with it. The Street Profits did retain the tag team championships in that ladder match, but please watch that match because a guy literally gave his leg to help the Profits win this thing. I'm not making this up. I will share it in our bleacher group. Also, just for the sake of argument, when I ask gets done with work and everything else, I will maybe I'll come on, maybe I won't. It just depends on what mood I'm in. But what I want to talk about, I can't tell whether it's a shoe or not because we're still trying to figure it out. But this happened following WrestleMania. I'll let y'all be the judge.
Let's talk about how awesome it is that Logan Paul just won. And let's talk about, Sam, let's talk about what Logan Paul represents. The shortcut. Feels so good to be here. Feels so good to be in the business. Thinking about all of the funerals that I wasn't able to attend for the last 11 years in this business, all of the holidays I missed. You know, I could have just started a YouTube channel, could have just jumped in there with KJ Styles. Feels really good, right? It's awesome. It's really good.
Do you guys know we have 25 years combined experience, and what are we doing on Mania?
Well, they know because they're normal human beings, and they actually love professional wrestling. But apparently that doesn't mean shit anymore. That doesn't mean shit. All I asked Alan to do was for once to not think about just himself. Think about everybody in the back and think about the professional wrestling fans. That's all I wanted him to do. Sometimes to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing. But he's a narcissist, and he had to do it his way. Hey, Alan, how many more WrestleManias do you have in your system? Probably, I don't know, one. Maybe this is the last one, and you just pissed that away. For what? For what? For your way? Thanks a lot, bud. I really appreciate it. You want to know what the best advice I ever got? It was from Bill Goldberg. 2021, back when I was in the Twilight Zone, you know what I mean? I'm wrestling for gasoline. It was awesome. Let me tell you all about it. Bill goes, hey, Cross, you know what? You remind me a lot of me. I go, I think we have different styles, Bill, but I really appreciate that. Do you have any advice for me? He goes, you know what? You just got to be a good soldier. A good soldier is what he said. So I decided to be a good soldier. You know what happened? They released me. And then I come back. You know what being a good soldier gets you, everybody here? Just so in case you're wondering, you want the back scoop here. Being a good soldier gets your times cut. Being a good soldier means that people come up to you and say, hey, you got any great ideas? Yeah, here it is from Scarlet. No. That's a little too great. We're looking just for good ideas. That's for those guys over there. That's what being a good soldier is, okay? Being a good soldier is coming to your hometown where you cut your teeth when you got started and not being on the card. It's all about viral moments now. That's what it's all about, viral moments. Well, Guy, everybody's been telling me that I got to become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it and they shut it down. I never asked to wrestle Randy. I never asked. That happened organically, and you ignored it for a viral moment. And good on Joe. Nothing against him. But you ignored it. And the crowd told you exactly how they felt about me on SmackDown when I was eliminated. And you ignored it. Become undeniable. My ass. My ass. You want a viral moment? On behalf of all of the true fans of professional wrestling,
say it.
Guy with the suit and tie in the truck, go fuck yourself. That's from Killer.
He ain't lying. Here, I needed that moment to bring itself here because the fact is that when you sit here and you think about everything that happened at WrestleMania, I needed that moment. I needed him to speak loud and proud on that moment, and he definitely delivered. This has been a fun so, you guys have anything else to do. I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to back here next Friday night, and I'll get canceled by Bruce Butters or our illustrious theater decides he wants to actually step up to the plate. But here's the biggest thing: he wanted controversy. This asshole had Jose Canseco on a couple of weeks ago. Of all the juicy dumbasses you could have, you get the most lame duck sack of shit in the planet as your guest. Nobody gives a rat's ass about Jose Canseco. He's washed. He's garbage.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
No. I've been holding this in. Jose Canseco is not even worthy of washing my balls.
No, I was just going to mention that that I have Asa Canseco's rookie card.
Jose Canseco is a punk ass.
And
And you can tell him I said it. What's he gonna do? Sit here and try to sit here and fight me? Fucker, I can sit here and blow in one direction and just you would knocked out. Because that's how juiced you are. You have not impressed me. So for Jose Canseco to be your special guest, that is garbage. So I say to Jose Canseco, in the words of my buddy, Killer Cross, go fuck yourself. And that's what it comes down to for me. And you can tell Jose I can say it. Because
So-
Jose's not going to do anything about it.
So Mark McGuire and Sammy
Mark
Sosa were
McGuire, Sammy
available.
Sosa. No, you're going to have Punch. Punch. Griffey. Anybody. But you get Jose Canseco, we're supposed to be impressed? I know for a fact that what I say on this show pisses off a lot of people. What he says pisses off a lot of people. What he says pisses off a lot of people. What Reese says pisses off a lot of people. Here's your spoiler alert. We don't care. We're not here to sit here and kiss the asses of those jagoffs from yesteryear who are irrelevant now in 2025. We're here to make noise, to give fans a voice. That's why Don Juan does it. That's why Joe does it. That's why Rockin' Reese does it. That's why the captain does it. It's because we want that smoke and we beg for that smoke. We want it because y'all don't got the balls to bring it. That's an Eagles fan. That's a Raiders fan. This is a Rams fan. There's a Cowboys fan chilling right now, smiling her ass off right now. We live for them, not for jagoffs like Jose Canseco.
Not since a reporter asked the late Tommy Lasorda what he thought about Kurt Bavakwa. Have I heard such a rant regarding an MLB player?
I thought you were going to talk about Kingman's performance.
Oh, that's another one. But you got to.
I got that on a CD somewhere.
Look up the Kurt Bavakwa tape.
Oh, I've seen that one too. I've heard that
That's
one
a
too.
classic.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing I love about Lasorda, he had a rhythm. A lot of people can curse and yell and scream. Lasorda had a rhythm.
I love
And they talk about, we said, well, that cocksucker, if you're having a down day and you're just looking for a quick, easy laugh, again, go to YouTube and bring up any video of Lasorda talking about Kurt Bavakwa.
Yeah. I think
Priceless.
I'm trying to remember if he got pissed off by one of the heads on the morning show that I listened to here in Philadelphia years ago.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
Because I know the one pissed off Cal Ripken about missing a day of work or some shit like that.
And the point I'm making though is, people they're so sensitive. Oh God, somebody cursed or somebody said something mean about somebody I like. Like get over it. If your sensitivities are that tender, then you need to never go to a sporting event. Really, never leave the house.
Well,
you got a point.
And the one thing I will say is, if I am on my Twitch channel at Joe Quills, I will tell you one thing. Everybody has the freedom of clipping away at some of my clips because you never know what I'm going to say next. And the favorite one I had, and I'm not going to share it because we're trying to close up here probably.
No. I mean, we got plenty of time tomorrow because I mentally come to the decision that I am going to do a show tomorrow because it is day 3 of the NFL draft. Maybe Shador will get drafted. Maybe he won't. At this very point, I'm coming to this point where I kind of want to just slap the piss out of every owner in NFL, starting with Jerry Jones, slapping him about 32 times just for basically pissing off pissing off my wife, if nothing else, because I'm a drinker. My wife is probably sat here and gone sober. Jerry Jones is driving my wife to drinking, and she's not heavy into it like I am.
Do you think maybe Shador goes to Dallas?
If Shador goes to Dallas, number one, I'll never hear the end of it. Number two, she'll never hear the end of it. And number three, why?
Just to let you know, the
I
Devils
did. I remember that.
Devils just won 2 minutes into the second overtime, so they're 2-1. They're down 2-1 now.
Okay.
And the third quarter is about to end in Minnesota, 86-84 Timberwolves. So to put it as possible, we still got some games to watch, folks. So to say the least, if you haven't been paying attention, you might want to pay attention starting now. I will literally schedule up a show for tomorrow night. I'm thinking maybe, say, 6 o'clock Pacific time. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 9 o'clock Joe's time. 7 o'clock Dawn's time. 6 o'clock my time.
Don's in the same time zone as you.
I don't know. At this very point, I'm still pissed about the draft.
I only know
ball game.
I only know that because I'd like to visit Vegas. I just haven't been there in over a year.
Bullshit.
Yep, we are in the same time zone.
No. You know what? I'm not even going to go there at this very juncture because crazy things can sit here and happen, and we all know how that works out. Folks, on behalf of Joe Quills, greatly appreciate you, brother. Don Juan, greatly appreciate you, brother. Rockin' Reese, sorry we didn't get the chance to sit here and bring your ass in here, boy. But don't be surprised, folks, if you see basically a full house in this thing tomorrow night. We will be doing a show just to sit here and so Don Juan literally that, I promise you, that mustache will have a bigger smile than his ass will. I promise you that one. Joe's Peach Fuzz will probably have more of a fucking holiday than mine will. Probably by that time, I'll probably already have my beard back, as I'm pretty much honoring hockey tradition. But do not be surprised if we bring you some shenanigans tomorrow. This has been another round crazy shenanigans on smashing and stacking with yours truly. I know people are all about it right now, but just because of the fact that I am that guy and because we did start out the show that way, fudge it. I'm just gonna go the way it goes. On behalf of Joe, on behalf of Don, we're out of here. Have yourselves a good night. Thanks for watching the Smashing Show. I am El Capitan, and we have spoken, baby!
You're talking to the Rolex. Diamond ring. Kid stealing. Wheeler dealing. Limousine right.
Bottles and bitches will leave me back in business. And the shit I be smoking is highly recommended. It's all of my niggas pushing the limit. Mile high got me go big in the fight.
Let's get this fight started. Yeah, where my dogs at? Put your drinks up, your fists up. Ladies, let your hair down. Come on, bounce, bounce, bounce. What? Drink, I don't give up. What? Drink, I don't give up. What? Drink, I don't give up. What?
Arguably the best defense in history. Represented by his wife, Misty, Steve McMichael.
It was a moment decades in the making. In February 2024, Steve McMichael was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The announcement was made a few days before the Super Bowl took place in Las Vegas. Back home, he shared that moment.